The first times I came to China, I was actually worried about my own situation, if I was going to be safe on the streets, if this was real or not. But after visiting China for the past 3 years so many times, I'm like, this is the safest country on the planet. Nothing is gonna happen to you. People respect the rules because it's safer for everyone else. You can do whatever you want, and there are absolutely zero problems. Like, this is the safest, most efficient country on the planet.
Hello everyone, welcome to InXinjiang, telling you the most truth about Xinjiang from Expert Eyes. Today we're joined by a friend, Michael. Warmly welcome to Xinjiang. Could you please introduce yourself to our audience?
Hi, thank you for interviewing me. My name is Michele Ponte, I come from Italy, my mother is from Poland. I travel the world, and yes, I'm a travel vlogger, been to over 70 countries, currently in China.
Is this your first time here in Xinjiang?
It is actually my second time. I think I came here maybe 4 months ago. I visited just Urumqi, but this time I had the opportunity to visit all these other beautiful places.
What places have you visited so far in Xinjiang?
During this trip, my favorite was probably Altay in the north, at the border between Kazakhstan, Mongolia and Russia. It was so incredibly beautiful, especially the mountains, all the peaks where people can go on top, ski, and the view is stunning. There is music, there is coffee. You can go down from multiple sides and ski and admire the sunset. It's just incredible.
So you told me before, now you are spending time here in China for several months already.
Yeah.
So as a travel content creator, you
Yes.
must have visited a lot of countries and places. What made you choose to spend time here in China now?
I think China is totally underrated. The Western perspective was a bit different than what I expected. So once I started coming here in 2022, I was totally blown away by China, surprised in such a positive way that I decided that this is going to be my base for future travels. It's just incredible.
So far, you already spent almost 6 days here in Xinjiang. What left the deepest impression on you?
First of all, the people are incredibly friendly. I think I feel completely comfortable. If I just walk by myself, they will not spot this at the time of tourists. Maybe they will notice the camera or some of the gears I'm bringing. But for the rest, I feel I could actually live here.
I noticed that you got like the most interest in the tomato cultivation in Horgos Modern Science and Technology Industrial Park. Why is that?
I like agriculture because it's fundamental for us to survive, but also because my grandfather, he was born very, very poor. And the only way his family could make some money was to cultivate the land of some sort of a prince. And they were growing up tomatoes, so I learned how to grow up tomatoes myself. I was very curious how they do these things without actually using the land, the soil, because they put everything inside these containers. And I was thinking also about the future. Like, this is not just a different way to cultivate tomatoes in current times, but maybe if we are going to go to Mars, that's how you make tomatoes in a spaceship, for example.
What kind of technology have you seen in that industrial park about the tomato cultivation?
First of all, I think it looks like almost everything is automated. The soil, instead of being pure land from the ground, is like coconuts mixed with something else. So maybe they change the taste a bit. There is no contamination. Everything is extremely clean. No pesticides is going to touch the tomatoes, which is incredible.
So I think that's kind of represent a part of Xinjiang's modern agriculture technology. So how do you evaluate this part of modern agriculture here in Xinjiang?
I think Xinjiang is the perfect location to do such things because it's in the middle of Asia. So everything that is cultivated here can reach all the other markets. And I've seen that there is also a railway that from Urumqi goes until Europe. Therefore, you can carry everything you produce here very easily to other parts of the planet.
What do you think of Xinjiang's advantage in the world now in terms of the economy or agriculture?
I like that Xinjiang is at the border of many, many other countries. One of the areas I visited was the one at the border with Kazakhstan, and it gives the opportunity to exchange, produce, and get products at fair or cheaper prices. Xinjiang has so much land available, so it can probably expand its production from cows to fishing to industries. So I think Xinjiang position in China, but especially in the center of Asia, it is a blessing. So I think the potential is immense.
I'm really wondering, it's not your first time here in Xinjiang.
Yeah.
So have you ever heard about Xinjiang before on internet? What was that about?
In the Western media, my media, is all about prisons, factory workers forced to work, concentration camps, stuff like that. Honestly, I didn't see any of that. And the first times I came to China, I was actually worried about my own situation, if I was going to be safe on the streets, if this was real or not. But after visiting China for the past 3 years so many times, I'm like, this is the safest country on the planet. Nothing is gonna happen to you. People respect the rules because it's safer for everyone else. You can do whatever you want, and there are absolutely zero problems. Like, this is the safest, most efficient country on the planet.
As a content creator, you have your own followers. What kind of advice will you give for those international friends who really want to visit Xinjiang and to understand the real Xinjiang?
I think the best way is simply to come here, meet with the locals, speak, try the local food, be interested in their perspective, and come here with an open mind. Because not everything we read on the internet is true. Lots of the news might be fabricated and have nothing to do with the reality of the situation.